Hey, I am here with the Mini Jam 70, giving my first impressions, initial playthroughs, just whatever you want to call these. I'm just going to sit here, play the game, give my thoughts, and I am here with something I'm about to mispronounce horribly. Airoli. Aureole. Aureole. Anyways, and I gotta say, this already has like the making of a winner, in my opinion. It's got solid like itch page design. It already looks good. It has gifs to kind of show, and the gifs kind of like show what looks like really polished gameplay. I'm pretty interested. Uh, Apparently, this is made by one person, according to the submission page. I've worked on alone. No cookies, but tons of coffee. Hell yeah. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get into it. Unity. Demons are attacking. God must know. So, I guess I should mention the limitation is that the player has to be a inanimate object. Oh, dang. Oh, wait, did it freeze? Mm-hmm. Oh, and that music was so, like, jazzy. Let me quickly restart. I think I clicked too early. Or maybe my computer just hates it. Press start. Oh. I don't actually know what started. Oh geez. I have this pretty loud. Oh no, it's really loud. Ooh, gotta love screen shake. Okay. So it's kind of like click aim. So I play as a Halo. Oh god, that... Ooh, clicking stops me midair. That's really nice. I won't have to do any, like, super hard... Oh god, this music's really good. Oh geez, oh no. I didn't even try to suck. And I suck. So it seems like so... It's very, very clear how many jumps I have. That's really good. Very good visual clarity there. So I go... So I'm yellow when I have both. When I click, I go green, and it's green for one. Doesn't seem like there's a full screen button. Can I like cheese it and just hit F11? No. Fair enough. It's one of those things that sometimes you want to lock the full screen because like resolution scales weirdly. Wait, is this pixel perfect? Ooh, it looks like it. I like that. You're not like just rotating pixel sprites. You're like the sprites are actually rotating. Wow, this might be... So if I had a wall... Oh no, walls don't count. Oh jeez. It's like that there's this little area to get like used to the controls, which is nice. There's like something explaining the controls, right? Yeah, so hold, release. That's always good. When you can play the entire game with like basically one button, that's really like really interesting. No! Oh god, I'm gonna suck, aren't I? Inspiration from Sega Mega Drive, Sonic, and Kirby, and the Magic Brush. It's always good to have like a clear vision for like what type of visuals you want. Okay, yeah, that was my problem. I was trying to land there when I really should just jump over. Oh geez. Are these just for score? Okay. That was very close. The ground is pretty, like, distinct from the sky, which is nice, but they both use pretty bright colors. Like yellow and, like, kind of like a greenish blue. It's very bright, but it is heaven, so... So are these checkpoints since they were at the start of the game? Man. Feels bad, that one gold bar felt almost impossible to get if I was going for like a max high score. Please, 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 please. Yes! Woo, boy. I think the difficulty is like really good here. I think they said they updated it slightly, like, to make it a little easier? Yeah, reduce the difficulty a bit. Which, I mean, sounds like a good choice, because the difficulty feels pretty good. Oh no, I have a Satan number. Although, I don't know if I'm supposed to... Oh, okay, there we go. Might have been nice if that, like, went up a bit faster. Oh, but I don't think I finished... Oh, no. No! Oh, okay. So this is the checkpoint. What are these, then? Are they just, like... a visual thing? They're very bright for just, like, a background piece. Especially because there was one at the very beginning of the game, and it kind of... almost looked like it was supposed to be the entrance, so it kind of made it look like it was supposed to be a thing. Oh, but I was saying earlier, it's going into something with, like, a very specific visual... Like, just a clear vision for your visuals. Because I'm really good at words. But, having a very clear idea of what you want your visuals to be like can instantly, like, help you drive every, like... Oh my god. It can help you, like, stay coherent with, like, what you're trying to do. Because in a lot of cases, the, having a clear idea like that can do some of the heavy lifting for you. It's like, well... Like, for example, just kind of like how the music is. Feels very Mega Drive-y. To me, at least. I'm not, like, I've never played much Mega Drive, but... I've played, like, old Sega games. And this sounds like an old Sega game. Ayo. Will the score be useful in any way, or is it just kind of like, you got this much? Because if it is a you just got this much, it does feel a little sad that some of them just go flying, but I guess it's kind of a catch them. I guess I wouldn't have... the chests feel like almost like they're free, but with just like random points that are going to be unobtainable. It might have been better just to not have chests and instead just have like... Oh jeez, oh jeez. It would have been more generic this way though, but have like floating coins in like harder to get areas that like take a little bit more finesse to get. Oh, got that. This is a really fun mechanic though. I wouldn't say I'm a huge sound effect of the, I'm not a huge sound effect. I'm a human being, but I'm not a huge fan of the charging sound effect. It's almost like too much. The screen shake's nice, but it's almost like when you're trying to like steadily aim for something, it's a little much. think like a softer sound effect on the charging, and instead of a screen shake, like a moving in particle effect might have been better. Maybe with like a little bit of screen shake, but I'm not trying to sound overly critical. I just get like I get like more critical the better a game is, because I know it's good, and there's so it's like I wanna give suggestions I think could help improve it. But overall, it's so good that I know that like the developer won't be sad to hear like criticism when you gotta know that this is just a really good game. Oh, those reset my thing. I feel dumb for missing that. That's actually pretty obvious. So if it sounds like I'm being overly nitpicky, it's because it's really good. Oh jeez, no, no! I wish the background was like slightly darker though. It's definitely not like, it's not bad, for sure. It's actually, visually it's pretty good, but it's very bright. Like, I'm kind of, when I'm inside, everything feels so much more clear. Like, almost easier to do. Oh, that's so fast! Holy! Dang, those things are awesome. If you keep working on this, which, I mean, honestly, I could see this being like a full thing. But those things are awesome. They're like the strawberries from Celeste. Not the strawberries, the, Run! 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 Oh wait, I can hold it. Work smart, not hard, kids. Ayo. Oh, are the statues like all little different dudes? Ooh. Yeah. I'll say the score does feel a little unnecessary, although it does make it more like early Sega-y. I'll be honest, the score counter felt pretty pretty meaningless in Sonic 2, but sometimes the score counter is just enough. I guess it depends. If chests are the only ways to increase your score, it's a little pointless, because it's like... Man, but the chests do feel nice. I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Damn, this is really fun. And you got like a lot of level... Well... I'm gonna say, man, you got a lot of level here, but then it's gonna like immediately end and I'm gonna feel dumb. Oh, so that's like persistent. Oh, hey. Oh my god, I'm dumb. So there's like a secret chest up here. That's a good way to do chests, is like... to make the score matter more. But, I don't know, I don't see this game much as, like, an explore-y game. Like, I feel like this would work better as, like, a Sonic or Kirby, or just, like, early platformer of, like, level-based, almost speed challenges, because going fast feels really good with the, like, the jump refreshes. Definitely seems like you have a visual, like, kind of, I wouldn't say motif, but, like, a color palette choice of kind of, like, yellow and, like, mint green. Because it, like, reappears everywhere, because it's these two colors, obviously, but then it's also, like, green clouds and yellow golden platforms, gold chests. Something that's, like, a little visually confusing. It's not bad, obviously, because... it's not a huge deal, it's like a nitpick, but it's weird to me that the death spikes are the same color as, like, regular... Not these death spikes, they're red. But these look, because they're moving so fast, these look like just like dark. I'm really glad that didn't kill me. Oh, I overshot him. Dang, that part's hard. But this section is cool. I really like this. It's not super hard, but man, does that feel good to nail. Can I, like, snipe it? No, I can't. Well, not like that. But the core gameplay, it feels good, it looks good. These beams of lights are a little distracting. Especially because they, like, overlay everything, but... they're not bad or anything. So... I think the biggest thing keeping this from feeling like an old Sega game is just that it's mouse controlled. But, I mean... that's not like a huge deal. Fudge! Dang, this part's hard. Oh, why did I do that? I wonder if there's a score thing at the very end of the level that'll give you more score based on time. That'd be very Sonic-y. Oh my god, please, checkpoint. Is that the end? Ooh, I love that level complete sequence. Oh, that is very Sega-y. I love that. You're here in front of God, ready to tell that demons are here. But you are just an inanimate object. You are not able to talk. Yeah, I guess that's an expected outcome, right? So game over. Press R to restart. Well, this is fantastic. There's no, like, there's no title screen, but there is a title... Well, yeah, I guess this is the title screen. But, man, really good entry. My biggest complaint would be the brevity, but that's a good problem. Well, I guess my biggest complaint would be that it seems to freeze sometimes. Oh, wait, no. I guess we're good. I think I have to enter to continue, but I keep clicking. Yeah, so it didn't seem to score me for my speed, which is a bit of a shame. This game would be really fun to speedrun. I think if you have, like, a game that could be... It's one of those things that I've just started to notice more and more with channels, but if you have a game that's, like, speedrunnable, including, like, a timer can just, like, make things way more engaging than probably intended. I'm gonna quickly reset, and I'm gonna speedrun this. I'm gonna go as fast as I can. It's not gonna be good. I'm not, like, good at speedrunning. Oh my god. Well, that was not optimal in any sense of the word. Oh man. Pretty good level design. This part kind of teaches you not just how to, like, that you can double jump, but also kind of, like, makes you push it to its, like, limit so you can get a feel for how much the double jump changes. Oh no. The time! The frames! Yeah, this game could easily be like a really fun speed game. God, that was really stressful. Oh, jeez. I need to get better at that part. Damn. I don't know the best timing to go through that. You know, this isn't really speedrun anymore. Yes, it never was. I don't have a timer. Ah. God, that's so fun. Really satisfying. It's good that you put, like... When it comes to polishing main mechanics, right? There's a lot of different ways you can go about it. Like, as I mentioned, instead of a screen shake, you could have had, like, a sort of kind of inward, swirling, charge particle effect. That might not look as good unless you, like, get really stylistic with it on, with the, like, pixel early Sega style you were going for. But, another way, just to lean on the Sonic influence... Actually, I don't know if Sonic did this that much, but... Instead, you could, like, while you're charging, have you flash white. Okay, let's try to go fast while I talk. But it's good, like... Oh, crap, I already... No, Run's dead. I don't know why I, like, hard reset when the, Oh, I can skip that. When there's no in-game timer to kind of keep track. Land. Damn. Man, I keep rushing this part, but really should. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So it's good that you put like putting polish on your main mechanic. If you're gonna put polish on anything, put it on the main mechanic, and that's what you've done here, and it pays off because it feels really good. But it's just one of those things that's like, I don't think the specific polish you did is perfect for this. Again, I think the screen shake might be a bit much if you're trying to aim. A little bit of screen shake would have been good, but this is like too much. I'm not a particular fan of... Oh. I'm not a particularly huge fan of the sound effect used. I think it's kind of more distracting than... Not distracting, it's just like too much. It sounds really, like, grainy. I'm not a sound guy, so I don't really... I'm not the best at putting that sort of thing into words, but... I guess another thing is it doesn't sound as, like, Sega-y. I know that you say Mega Drive, or, you mentioned Kirby and the Magic Mirror, or Magic Brush. Sorry, Magic Mirror is the one I played. But this game as a whole feels way more like just kind of Sonic Sega to me than any like Kirby influence. Oh jeez, I keep trying to go too fast. I think like an interesting consequence of this controller too, that you can make like good use of in level design is the fact that if you aim at the ground, you can kind of like refresh your jump fast. Like movements like that feel really good. Oh, damn. I do think the background is a little bright, but not too bright, which means it's fine. Oh, gee, oh, God. I'm trying to do that really fast. But man, this is addicting though. Like, this is I'll say the score is pretty like, it doesn't really mean much, because it just means how many chests you have, and unless you... And it almost feels random, because you have to, like, perfectly catch... Like, there's a chest up here. But it's like, I can give an example. But it's like, oh, to catch... Oh, I got all of them this time. I swear last time I opened this chest specifically, like a gold bar went flying up and off. But my point is that the score doesn't mean much, it's just how many chests, and there's only like one chest that you might have missed. Unless I, you know what, there is the possibility I just completely missed some chests. You don't lose your score on death either, so it's not really a measurement of like going deathless. There didn't seem to be a score for speed, so it's not really a measure of like speed like in Sonic. It feels there just to be like part of the authentic vibe, which I mean is perfectly fine. That's not a bad thing. Oh, baby. I almost missed that gold. I think the score should have been a timer. I think that would have been a major change. This game feels so much more speedrunnable than like optimizable score-wise. And I think, so something scores do really well for game jams, like as a tool in a game jam, is they provide a very, very cheap way to be replayable. Like, to make a game replayable. It's kind of like, when you play a game jam entry, you kind of play it until you kind of get it, and... Oop. One of the things is this isn't an infinite gameplay model, which means you don't really need replayability as much. Replayability is always good. I think it's, and this is completely kind of like speaking out of my ass, but I do think that there's probably a correlation with like good ratings in a game jam and like length played. I think the longer you play a game, the more likely you are to rate it well. Almost as maybe like a subconscious justification to yourself that, you know, I spent an hour playing that one game jam game going for a high score. I must have enjoyed it. Like, no matter... Probably, like, would be... That sort of, like, justification might be exactly what you need to go from a 4 to a 5. So, just a thought. I think if you put a, and again, so I want to clarify this, because I'm giving a lot of minor nitpicks. Game's really good, and 3 days is no time at all to get anything done. You will never think of everything during a game jam. So this is pretty good. All these things that, like, I'm making sound like, to me, would, like, should be obvious. Obviously, you never think of everything during a game jam. 3 days? Yeah, this jump is pretty hard. No! Ah! Dang. But yeah, this has a... From what I've played so far, I think this has a pretty, like, good chance of being the winner. But that's just my opinion. It's definitely like a top 5, top 10. Out of what I've played, this is ludicrously good. It's, 3 days is not a lot of time. I've messed around with, trying to get things to look pixel perfect in Unity, and it can be a pain. At least on the character, like... I will say, strangely enough, this is the game, the theme or the limitation for this game jam has kind of like bred a lot of diversity. I haven't seen very many like duplicate inanimate objects as their like the main gameplay. So that's nice. I do think this is the second Halo I've seen though. But even with the same item, the two games are insanely different. Dang. There's so much like little detail too that's like I've even bothered pointing out yet. But like look at the man, that's so nice that these slide out. They don't even slide out, they kind of like pop out when you like jump and use them. Oh jeez. But even more, they kind of like when I'm shaking, they shake too. It just creates like visual interest over there. Really like a bouncy part of the screen. I'm pretty sure the background is parallaxing, which is super cool. Something to keep in voice crack. Something to keep in mind with a background like that though is that since it's clouds, it would have probably been a little better, and this is a really, really minor detail I'm getting into now. But parallax backgrounds are good, but since these are clouds, they should probably keep moving. Just to add, because clouds don't just sit still if you're sitting still. But, I mean, hey, that's a really small detail. Gameplay is fun. The levels are pretty well designed. Pretty solid difficulty curve. Again, apparently the difficulty was slightly reduced, but I'm kind of glad for that, because this game it feels really tight in its difficulty now. I think this is the hardest jump, and it's not too bad if you kind of don't approach it like an idiot. Again, I think the biggest shame is that this is a score counter and not a timer, and I'm sorry if I've like kind of harped on that too much, but I think that's like... I think that would have been a huge, like, for like time to value, I think that would have probably been like the biggest thing. Might have been nice to give the Halo kind of a thicker outline too, but honestly, maybe not. That probably would look jank. I think this game's got pretty good humor. Like, obviously there's like one joke, but it's like a pretty well delivered one. I talk about this a lot when it comes up, but in a game jam, giving context to what you're doing is so good. And this game gives you like a mini intro that kind of explains the context, which is a super powerful thing. It's kind of just a theory of my own for game jams, that if you give context, it just makes the game feel better without adding anything. It's just, you know, as a player why you're there, and because you know why you're there, you move with more intention. Which is why I think a speedrun timer would have also like been kind of suitable because of the story as well, of you're kind of rushing to God anyways. Like, so much about this kind of screams like it wants to be a speed game, which is why I keep harping on the no timer thing. I think more sections like this are fun. This is my favorite section by far. I think if you go full on the speed game thing, and you do more sections like this, where you kind of are bouncing between these and kind of rationing your jumps, something to do would definitely, instead of stopping you flat out, is instead maybe do a slow motion. Because an infinite amount of time to think is too much. I think making it so that there's a little bit of movement, so you can't save yourself from a damn spot. Like right here, I would have to go really quickly. Just a way to like encourage basically like faster moving. Because I think if you think about it, what you want, maybe, again, I don't know what you want, but maybe you want a new car, but something that's interesting, or like that I think you want, is you probably want optimal play to be like, let's say I want to jump over there, then there, you'd want it to be like boom, boom, like not holding it, because I feel like that would be more, like that's almost more fun, but like harder. It's fun, but it's like too hard to get into as a mechanic, if that makes sense, right? Like if your mechanic is fun, but too hard to be enjoyed, then you're kind of screwing yourself out of like a lot of potential players. But if it's like the mechanic is easy to use, but the optimal way to play is hard and fun, then you win. I think a great example of that is Downwell. Mainly because like playing it fast is fun. Like just going ham, dropping down, only firing when necessary, or to like glide. That's when it's fun. But if you're new, you're not going to play like that because it's harder, a lot harder. How you're going to play as a new player, you're going to go slow, you're going to jump and then shoot a few times, make sure you don't, die. And I feel like in this game, going like boom, boom, like I kind of want to die and do that next or that last section without like holding it. And I suck. Like, speedrun. Oh, that was genuinely pretty satisfying. Oh, please, 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 please. Honestly, you could almost make it like an alternate... Oh my god. An alternate game mode, too. The no time stop. Which is interesting, because something that's, like, to me always screams just super good, like a super... something that makes a really strong mechanic, in my opinion, is the ability to kind of... to play it in multiple ways. Like the entire controller is literally one button, basically two actions, which is hold and release. But being able to go quick, playing quick already feels a lot different than playing it slow. This is such a good mechanic. I don't really have much else to say other than GG. I will finish this run and then I will continue on my life. Oh jeez. I don't want to use the hold button though. But yeah, since I think playing this game is more fun faster, I think doing a slow-mo instead of a time stop. So it's basically to kind of prevent like players from getting too comfortable with just like time stopping when they're in danger. Creates more of a just encourages a more fun playstyle in my opinion. Oh no, I held. No! That part's actually really brutal without holding. Something I think that kind of highlights the background being a little too bright is this section being so good. Because you have like this inner part, and then you have this very beautiful outer part where you see the clouds. And since this isn't like a platforming or like... It's not really a platforming challenge here, so I can kind of relax and enjoy the background. And then I immediately go back into a cave that is very visually clear. The cave is a little less visually clear when I have only one jump left and I'm green. The green blends in a little poorly to this, but the yellow stands out quite well. But I think like you could have put a background wall like right here for this, like for the platforming. I think for the platforming challenge parts, I like the inside cave walls so much more than the clouds. But I really enjoy having, like, kind of these brevity points. It can also act as, like, if you do the thing where the back walls act as kind of the, like, where the platforming challenge is, it creates a very, like, instant, like, it'll build this connection with the, player that clouds are basically safe zone, cave background means platforming challenge. And having, like, I don't know what the word, I feel like there's probably a word for that. Theming? Theming's not right, but I hope you know what I mean. Like, it builds this impression in the player's head that they know, hey, this is the next part. I think if you wanted to make the game, harder, a way to kind of do that would be to put more checkpoints, because there's two types of difficulty. There's difficulty, or just being difficult, and then there's punishing. And depending on what type of game you make, you might want a punishing game, or you might want a difficult game. For example, Meat Boy or Celeste. And later Meat Boy stages, you can argue that this isn't the case, but those games are super non-punishing. Because you die instantly, you're back in it, there's almost no consequence to dying. In Dark Souls is difficult and punishing, because once you die, not only do you lose all your money that you could use to make the next section easier, you also lose, like, certain areas have long distances between bonfires. And Dark Souls is difficult, and it is punishing, but it's counterbalanced by being very fair. It's one of those things that, depending on what type of aim you are aiming for, like, different difficulty is needed. I can see, I don't know what the right balance / like goals for this game would be, but I think a low punishment, high difficulty would be fun. At least for later levels. Early levels, obviously, you don't want them to be very difficult, but man, this is fun. I haven't played it's been a while since I played a jam game with, like, this much potential just to be really, really spicy. I think if you did work on this, and it's up to you, obviously, I'm not trying to say you should, but if you did work on this, I would recommend changing the main character. Works really well for the context of the jam, but man. Yeah, this is a really, really, really good entry. If I was a gambling man, I would bet on this winning. Like, really, really good job. All my complaints are, like, minor nitpicks or improvements that, most of them even, I think, man, thinking about it in, like, a 3-day period when you accomplished this much with the game is ridiculous. Man. Polish. This is, with game jams, and arguably just most games in general, the best approach I always find when I, like, am playing game jam games is you take one mechanic and you just focus on that one mechanic. Just polish it. Make it really good. Sometimes game jam themes will require you to have, like, a stapled on extra thing. But if you're able to accomplish the main jam theme and have it be part of the main mechanic, and I guess that's a good lesson, and I should keep in mind myself, is that if you're making a jam game, you should try to bend the main theme to focus around a single mechanic. I think something that happened with a lot of games, it felt like, not a lot, but that I can think of off the top of my head, a few of the last Game Jams games, the Mini Jam Hell. One of the problems was that since the limitation a lot of people didn't make card games, they made games with cards as an additional mechanic. And a lot of them, and because of that, they, in a jam period of 3 days, they had to focus on 2 main mechanics. But neither mechanics got like enough time or space to like flourish. I think that could be a shame. A lot of game jams didn't do that, or a lot of game jam entries didn't do that, but man, I keep flubbing over words because I'm talking so fast because I'm really liking it. This game is really good. Although, man, this part's intimidating. Oh, damn. How did I have my jump? Wait. Is there, like, kind of a way to, like, exploit an extra jump? Because that could be useful. You can get a little bit of height. But man. Oh, why did I do that? Something I really like is that the fact that the music doesn't keep playing when you die. It's really... It comes back on really fast. And it doesn't sound like it starts from the beginning. Oh, is it a volume thing? You just turn the volume down? That way the music can still play and it feels like it's not resetting every few seconds. That's really smart. I had a similar effect in my game where the music stops when you win. Or when you die. But I didn't keep the music playing, I just reset it, which... Honestly, like, thinking about it, this is such a better solution. I'm gonna steal that. Thank you, Dev, for giving me ideas to steal. Oh, that's weird. This is a super minor thing that I noticed, but it's just a little odd. But these light rays aren't, like, consistent. Like, this is a much different angle than this one. Anyways, I said I'm gonna keep going until I finish. Oh, that feels so goddamn good, though. Oh, jeez, I thought I was dead. These almost feel a little misleading, because these don't go, like, right up, like... It's not immediately obvious, like, where the point you will die is from these, but it's still pretty, like... These aren't super hard to the point where you need to know, but... There we go. Boop. Lift off. I love that ending sequence. God, that sounds like straight out of Mega Man there. Man, but yeah, fantastic entry. It's my, so far, bet on first place, because damn, that was good. Fantastic entry. Good game.